Wow. A tree the size of a house is swallowed in a single second. Roots ripped out and tossed like feathers. Then without warning, a sea of flames erupts like the end of the world. One tiny mistake, and a life is lost. Death's chainsaw screams through the timber, wooden beasts collapse, and fearless drivers gamble everything as they face wild oceans to haul monstrous logs. Just when you think it's over, the final boss arrives, crushing a car in the blink of an eye, leaving you frozen in shock. Think you've seen destruction before? Think again. What you're about to witness will take your breath away. Standing before you is a real-life steel monster, a giant wood crusher that devours entire trunks in seconds and pulverizes everything in its path without mercy. This isn't special effects. It's not CGI. It's raw power, real sound, and unstoppable force. Brace yourself, because you're about to enter a world where machines roar, trees fall, and one wrong move could mean disaster. Welcome to the edge of control. Welcome to the heart of the beast. Watch as this colossal machine roars to life, its massive jaws spinning with deadly precision. One by one, towering logs are dragged in, splintered, shredded, annihilated with no resistance and no mercy. The ground shakes. The sound is deafening. You're not just watching machinery, you're witnessing controlled chaos where power meets precision in its rawest form. Every rotation is a warning, every crunch a reminder. This monster doesn't stop, it doesn't hesitate. And for the men who operate it, there's no room for error. Step too close and you're part of the mulch. Now picture this beast working non-stop, deep in logging zones where each log is a ticking threat. It doesn't cut, it crushes. It chews through hardwood like paper, turning trees into splinters, bark into dust, trunks into pulp. No resistance stands a chance. The steel drums spin relentlessly, grinding with bone-breaking force. This isn't noise, it's a war cry. The operator must sync with the rhythm of destruction. One wrong pull, one hesitation, and the machine won't care if it's wood or flesh. In this world, you don't control the crusher. You survive alongside it. Think it's over? Not even close. After the trunk is pulverized, the most stubborn part remains buried. The stump. Twisted roots like claws grip the earth, locked in place for decades. But then comes another monster. No screaming, no drama. Just one turn, one crushing move, and the stump, massive, unyielding, is ripped from the ground and shattered like brittle clay, breaking all limits. This is mechanical strength in its purest form. No hesitation, no resistance. You watch it happen and ask yourself, how can something so strong be moved so effortlessly? A brutal ballet of force and control, stubborn nature, gone in seconds. The stump is torn out like it never existed. But what truly stuns is not the result. It's how it happens. Fast, precise, almost surgical. The grinder's teeth spin like a tornado, digging into the earth, slicing ancient roots like soft noodles. Dirt erupts. Debris flies, and the sound echoes like thunder beneath your feet. Every rotation is a strike against nature's stubborn grip. You're not just watching a machine at work. You're witnessing a battle between mankind and the deep-rooted defiance of the wild. And right here, right now, man isn't just surviving, he's dominating. The stump is gone, the earth stripped bare, but the journey of these giant logs is far from over. Dozens of tons are loaded onto massive trailers, dragged by roaring heavy-duty trucks through narrow forest paths. Every turn feels like a gamble, every slope a test of power. Then it happens, the fire. A spark from friction, a flash near leaked oil, and suddenly flames leap skyward like a beast unleashed. In that instant, the line between smooth operation and full-blown disaster is razor thin. One mistake, one delay, and the forest turns from workplace to inferno. As the massive logs make their way out of the forest, you'd think the danger is over. But what comes next is even more terrifying. A towering steel machine, a bloodthirsty car crusher, looms ahead, ready to obliterate anything in its path. No warning, no hesitation. Just one drop, and the entire car is flattened into scrap in seconds. Metal screams, frames twist, shards explode like deadly fireworks. Nothing escapes, nothing survives. What once was a vehicle is now just dust and fragments, swallowed whole by a machine with no mercy. You don't just watch this, you feel it in your bones. One car crushed, and before you can blink, the next rolls in. It doesn't matter if it's a compact sedan, a pickup, or even a full container truck, everything ends the same. Swallowed, mangled, shattered into unrecognizable metal scraps. What you hear isn't just mechanical grinding, it's the scream of steel being torn apart. Some call it recycling. But when you witness this machine in motion, it feels more like a ravenous beast devouring without pause. There's no empathy, no hesitation, just pure unfiltered destruction. This is not just power, it's dominance. And every crush is a final sentence, sealed in steel. When the land can no longer carry the weight, the giants are sent to sea. Waves crash, winds howl. A massive cargo ship, burdened with towering timber, begins a voyage hanging by a thread. Every wave is more than motion. It's a warning. One shift in balance, one snapped chain, and tons of logs could spill into the depths. The deck tilts. The cargo groans. Crew members fight not just nature, but gravity itself. This isn't shipping. This is survival. A high-stakes gamble where every knot of speed and every gust of wind could decide the outcome. Will this monstrous load make it to shore? Then it hits. A rogue wave crashes over the bow, shaking the ship like it's made of matchsticks. Massive logs slide across the deck, their weight shifting with terrifying force. Just a few inches off balance and the whole vessel could capsize. Crew members scream through wind and rain, gripping ropes with bleeding hands. A thunderous crash. Something has fallen overboard. No one knows what's next. One slip could mean death. The ocean doesn't forgive. And in moments like this, only those with steel in their veins make it through. This is not just a journey. It's a test of will, grit, and sheer survival. As the sea calms, chaos erupts on land. Just one miscalculation, a tight corner, a late break, a split-second steering error, and everything spirals out of control. A truck hauling tons of timber veers offline, slamming into the curve with unstoppable momentum. The crash is thunderous. Steel bends like foil. The cabin twists. Tires explode. Wood bursts through restraints like missiles. The driver has no time to react, just a white-knuckle grip on the wheel and a silent prayer. These aren't accidents. They're split-second disasters where the margin for survival is almost zero. In the world of heavy transport, there's no room for hesitation, only precision or devastation. The crashes barely settle when another jaw-dropping sight appears. On open highways, colossal machines weighing hundreds of tons are being hauled by multi-axle steel giants moving like crawling beasts. This isn't just transport, it's relocation on an epic scale. These mechanical monsters were never meant to move, yet here they are, inching forward through narrow roads, across fragile bridges, and around impossible curves. Every meter is a battle. Every maneuver defies physics. These overweight convoys are more than just engineering feats. They're acts of controlled defiance, where one wrong move could bring the entire operation crashing down. It's not just heavy hauling. It's a high-stakes dance with gravity itself. Not all disasters come from nature. Some are born from human error. A wrong turn of the wheel, a decision made under pressure, in panic, at full speed. Then, impact. The multi-ton truck swerves off course, crashing into barriers, dragging destruction in its path. The driver tries to correct, but it's too late. Brakes scream, but gravity wins. Instincts override logic, and within seconds, it all collapses. The cargo bursts loose, steel bends, smoke rises, time slows, but everything else moves too fast. These aren't just crashes. They're the brutal consequence of a single miscalculation. And when the dust settles, silence follows. The kind that chills you to the bone.